Hi, I'm Eric Olsen. I'm a professor of industrial technology at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and also the director of Central Coast Lean. I'm recording this little video to help people understand why I think that the 7 habits of highly effective people are such a critical foundation for a good lean transformation. The story actually starts with my thinking a while ago, maybe 5 or 6 years now. I was looking at the kinds of training and things that I was doing here on the Central Coast, and I was wondering why some of the ideas were not sticking more effectively, or people were not uptaking some of the lean thinking and tools and things that we were training. And it occurred to me that in thinking about my own lean journey back at Hewlett Packard in the early 90s, I actually started out learning about the 7 habits of highly effective people before I learned about lean and continuous improvement. And I said, well, maybe that's something that I need to integrate into the way we practice and develop lean people here on the Central Coast. So I went back, looked at the 7 habits and said, okay, we're going to bring this into my training and my practice and use this as a foundation, because what we really want is we want to teach lean ideas, approaches, paradigms to people that are effective, all right? So with that, let me go through and tell you a little bit about the 7 habits. So the first habit is to be proactive. I personally translate that into the I choose habit. We want people that are choosers, that choose to make an organization better, that choose to implement lean practices. The next habit, habit number 2, is begin with the end in mind. And what we want to do there is we want people to create a vision of where it is that they want to go and what it is that they want to do before they start. Habit number 3 is first things first. This creates the path, the journey that people will go on in order to implement lean. We want to make sure that they focus on the important things and not the trivial things. So the important thing in lean maybe is creating value for the customer. Those first 3 habits create the private victory. So this is where we get personally effective. We then can move on to the other next 3 habits, the first of which is think win-win. So we want a mentality that causes a win, not only for the individual, the employees in an organization, but the company and their customers. So we want everybody to be winners. In order to achieve that win, we need first to listen. So habit number 5 is seek first to understand, then be understood. It's important that we understand before we have the courage to then seek to be understood. Listening is key, just like in so many things in business and in life. The 6th habit is synergize. This is the habit where 1 + 1 = 3, 10, 100, or 1,000. Once we get firing on the other habits, we can then start to create more than we can really expect. And it's a wonderful thing. If you've ever been part of a really effective team, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Finally, the last habit, sharpen the saw, circles all the other habits, because what we really need to do is we really need to take care of ourselves before we go on and try to do work with others. So we want to make sure that we're balanced with regards to heart, mind, spirit, and physically, right? So in our bodies. Anyway, that's the 7 habits of highly effective people. If we get these habits, we can be more effective in our lean implementations. I hope to see you out there implementing lean soon.